Saturday will mark 1 year since Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law placing these strict new rules on what books and media are available to public school students. So since then, school administrators, media specialists statewide, they've scrambled to review millions of books and material, being told to err on the side of caution with any titles that might be accused of breaching that law.
News4Jax reporter Joe McLean sat down with a group of fourth graders who saw all of this play out firsthand and the questions they have now for the people who make the rules.
When you're in school, what's your favorite class or subject?
Does lunch and end of the day count?
No, it doesn't count. I was gonna say.
Does recess count?
On one of their recent days off from school, I was able to chat with 4 Duval County Public School students, all of them in the 4th grade.
On Tuesdays, my class gets recess 2 times.
There was 10-year-old Rowan,
I want to either be a singer or an artist.
9-year-old Mallory.
I want to be an artist or a teacher. Teacher.
That was 10-year-old Ruth Ann, along with 9-year-old Eloise.
I want to be a zookeeper.
A zookeeper?
Oh,
wow.
She's kind of scary sometimes.
Okay.
Though their life goals are different, these 4 students agree on one thing. They love to read, usually above their grade level.
I read at a 9th grade level. Mallory's like the definition of a Harry Potter
Harry Potter fan.
I asked them about their favorite titles. For Eloise, it's The Warrior series by Kate Carey and Sherith Baldry, a young adult series. For Ruth Ann,
I like getting books from our library, which we can't do right now. But we do like I read like I Survived, which it's made up characters and they are in the Great World Disasters.
that series by Lauren Tarshish narrates, from a fictional child's perspective, natural and man-made disasters, including the bombing of Pearl Harbor, the European invasion of the Nazis, the Battle of Gettysburg, and even the September 11th attacks. Serious topics written for young ages. Mallory says she's interested in topics you might not expect of a 9-year-old.
I like mystery and black history. I'm reading a book, Stamped, right now, and I'm really into it because I read it every single night.
Stamped, by authors Jason Reynolds and Ibram X. Kendi, focuses on how racism still impacts the world we live in today. Again, this book is geared towards young adults. Rowan enjoys reading something spooky.
I like to read horror books mainly, and my favorite one is The Girl in the Locked Room.
Okay.
It's funny at some point.
Never seen it.
From author Mary Downing Hahn, this book is aimed at readers Rowan's age and up. Throughout our conversation, these students tell me they're frequently seeking out new things to read, exploring different perspectives and expanding their view of the world around them. During last school year, the girls tell me they would have weekly library day, a period where they would be free to select a book and spend time reading.
I typically pick a I Survived and then like a really long chapter book. Just a 300-page chapter book.
Maybe horror books or mystery or like the black history ones.
Okay.
Exact same as Mallory, though.
It's clear that to these young students, reading is one of their favorite pastimes. I was particularly shocked at the answer I got when I asked,
How important is reading to you as something that you consume?
I'd rather read than watch TV.
Yeah, basically.
Not quite the same to me.
Talk to me a little bit about what you've seen over the past couple of weeks and months this school year in the library.
I noticed that a lot of the Black History books are being pulled.
Yes.
They've pulled like all the like award-winning books.
Yeah.
And you can look at a shelf and they've left us with Junie B. Jones, which personally is a 2nd grade level book for me. I don't know if we have any LGBTQ books in our thing, but if we did, they would be taking them away. Yeah.
Ruth Ann said the library reading days they loved so much are different this year.
Now we really can't find one that we like because either we've read it a million times or it's just too easy for us.
They're having the family volunteers come and like take out so that they can review the books.
The girls understand that many of these books may be back on the shelves soon. Duval County Public Schools has said it's working with fewer than 60 media specialists across a massive district to conduct the labor-intensive task of reviewing all titles against the new state policies that say books can't discuss the topics of gender identity or anything that might make the reader feel guilty or ashamed because of their race. Prior to the state's required review of of materials, DCPS had actually been working to expand its literary offerings. Now, however, it's having to scrutinize more than 1.5 million titles before they can be made available to students. The district's better safe than sorry approach to what's allowed in media centers has resulted in several entire shelves being cleared, if only temporarily. Still, when it happened over Christmas break, these students noticed.
The first day, I got so mad I didn't talk at lunch, remember?
Yes, I remember that vividly. The first thing I did is went to my 3rd grade reading teacher. She loved her books.
I had to help take away a lot of the books.
DCPS said the empty shelves were a result of the instruction to teachers to reduce media centers only to include state-approved materials and add more and more back as they are reviewed and restricted by grade level. The district added that a handful of principals interpreted the guidance more intensely out of an abundance of caution, all in response to the state law. I asked the 4th graders what they'd ask the state policymakers if they had the chance.
If you could sit with them and tell them something or ask them something, what would that be?
Why take away all these excellent books? It's like you're trying to slow down children's reading. Why do that?
We want to read above our grade.
I hope that they see this and are like, these are a bunch of 10-year-olds.
They were a bunch of 9 and 10-year-olds. Those 4 girls tell me they're working to stage a peaceful protest of the state's restrictions and the policies regarding library books. They said what they can and cannot read shouldn't be decided by people who don't know them as individuals. And Tarek and Joy, I will just say, as I was sitting with those kids talking, I was a little bit my biggest question was, what do these kids really care about the library? I mean, I think back to when I was a kid. I didn't really care that much about the library. I was hitting my brothers with sticks and riding bikes. But what was clear when I was talking to them was that these students represent the part of the class that does want to read, that does want to explore new ideas, that they want to learn all that they can about the world around them. And it was really impressive talking to them, honestly.
Yeah, and their words speak volumes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And not only that, I have kids that age, Tarek, you do as well. They have access to the internet. They have social media. So they are inundated and they think outside the box. Mm-hmm. They think about these big world topics.
Yeah, at this age, they really want to chase ideas. And it was clear that that was one of their things that they absolutely love doing. So.
And they want to continue to do.
Yeah, my thanks to them for sitting and chatting with me.
Great story, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.